I'm on a mission to find other craft foods that pair perfectly with Columbus salumi and share our similar values. Who better to understand our enthusiasm for charcuterie flavor pairings than a cheesemonger? My friend Troy Johnson, food critic and TV personality, is joining me to explore Venissimo cheese with owner Gina Fries so we can encourage people to try new salami and cheese combinations. How's it going?
I want you to meet the woman who ruined my life.
Very nice.
Ooh, that's a distinction.
Nice to meet you, Gina.
How are you?
You are.
Good to see you.
I was perfectly fine with average cheese.
Yeah.
And then she opened up the rabbit hole. I went deep down in it. My life changed.
Uh-oh.
And today you're going to show us around,
Good.
right?
I am going to see.
Yeah,
Wanna see?
please.
Well, of course, we have to start with the charcuterie.
Yep.
So we have lots of that, and of course, all the salumis from everywhere.
Looks
We've got
familiar.
a great
Yeah,
selection
I
of
see on top.
Columbus,
Thank
yes.
you.
Of course, olives, all those kind of savory charcuterie friends.
Yep.
We try to keep a right variety of. Yeah. We say, you know, we're not selling cheese or charcuterie, we're selling joy. People want to come in and say, oh my
I
God,
love
that's
that.
so good.
Selling joy,
Yeah.
that
So we try our hardest to do that.
Yeah.
But come on in, guys. I'll show you some of the cheeses and kind of show you what we've got. But maybe any given time, I'd say 125 different kinds.
Okay.
If you can believe there are thousands of cheeses in the world, right?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Like I said, you can only have so many. So we've got some standards that are always here, but then we have something new all the time.
Yeah.
Like I said, Gruyere, everyone knows
Yeah,
that one.
beautiful.
But
Yeah.
who knows Ubriaca al Pinot Rosé? Wild, right? So we've got a mix of everything. Our whole thing was try to take away the intimidation. So we try
Yep.
to tell a little bit about the cheese on there. There's the animal that shows what milk it is, where it's from, of course, and a little description to give an
It's a
idea.
hello, my name is tag, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, just like it's like a mixer. Let's get to know one
That's
another.
right.
Let's speed date cheese.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you have to have chocolates because you have to have cheese for dessert.
I love it. Yeah, you got all the
And
acid
salumi.
right here.
Because as we'll get into, putting all those together is so important, right?
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
To have the sweet, the salt, the savory,
This
the acid,
entire
and all of it.
store is like a cheese and charcuterie plate.
Yeah,
Yep.
all together, or corner to corner.
As you could get, yeah.
Right? We should just try everything.
Yep.
Taste everything.
Everything. I'm good with that.
Okay, somebody watch him.
Oh.
All right. All right. Let's
All right, we're good.
Everyone needs a cheese expert like Gina in their circle of friends. Gina is all about making charcuterie approachable, which is so important to us at Columbus too. From understanding the differences in cow, goat, and sheep's milk, or nailing the textures with the right salumi, Venissimo shares our desire to help everyone find a joy in food by removing the intimidation factor. All right, Gina, well, thanks for having us here. And
Evan, it's a pleasure.
I've had a fun time picking out just the right cheeses that we want to use here. And like, we love people that are passionate about cheese like yourself. In terms of like how you create an experience, when you get the everyday shopper coming in kind of wide-eyed, like, what do I start with? What do I do? What's your best suggestions to them?
So, best suggestion, as I always say, let's start with giving 3 different kinds of milks. You want to? We're going to introduce you to cow, goat, and sheep.
the complete masterworks of milk and cheese.
Exactly. Right. We're just going to get you started with those 3 things.
Yeah.
So the 3 milks, and then textures. We want something soft. We want something medium. We want something hard on there.
Okay. Aesthetically, when you build beautiful charcuterie boards, a lot of it goes into the cheese and how you manipulate the size and the shape. Is that something that you've grown to like, have a passion for and love for yourself?
Absolutely. We had one rule to begin with when we started: no cubes.
Okay.
I'm really
Yeah.
against
Yeah.
cubes because, you know, the old cheese trays, and still you see some, I want to call them the grocery store cheese tray, are the little cubes.
Yep.
So we said
is
anything
not
but cubes.
ice.
Cheese is not ice. There you go. That's a good one. Cheese is not ice. I'm going to use that. I haven't used that one. So we do anything but cubes. So I like to do spears. We like to do
This
chunks.
looks
I
like
was like, I love
It's
that.
my little
holding
nest.
the beautiful
Lincoln
thing.
Logs.
Lincoln Logs, yes, in my little
know?
house. You can put anything in your little house of logs.
And that was about as far as
Yeah.
I could actually get with Lincoln Logs. That makes sense. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's as far as you need to go. Yeah. So we got Lincoln Logs, our little spears. Goudas, I like to chunk like rock candy, you know, just to give it texture. It gives just some feel. Triangles, of course, because it's not a cube. I love triangles. We all eat with our eyes, right? I mean, if you do, and especially in today's Instagram world.
Oh, totally.
It has to be beautiful.
Yep.
So, and cheese and charcuterie are easy to make beautiful.
It is. And I think that's the fun
Yeah.
part about it, really. When you build like this, just allowing people to just eat and break down the beauty of it, but still keeping its form. I think that's just a perfect way to kind of showcase that. And what I did here on this board that we're going to eat through is I built these Perfect Charcuterie Bites on terms of pairings to really tell a beautiful story, but then also deconstructing it so you understand all the different elements. As
Perfect.
Joy, if you don't mind, we're gonna start just building you some bites and really growing
I
it.
saw his hand already going.
I'm just a happy passenger in this love train.
Totally.
Yeah.
So, chorizo.
I can see
this
the
is our like kind
paprika
of
in that.
chorizo
It is
casero, so you can
crazy.
see that beautiful color.
Yeah.
Have a little bit of fun more. I got this. What type of cheddar is this?
So this was a Quebec vintage cheddar, so
Okay.
Canadian. Aged
Very
cheddar.
good cheddar. So aged cheddar, just rolling it with a little bit of coffee. So we're gonna build a tiny bite off of this. This is gonna be a little bit of a mouthful though. So we got the chili mango, a little chamayo mango here, and we got the sweetie drop pepper, which is, I love sweetie
The
drop
sweetie drops are
peppers.
so cute and they're delicious.
It's funny, it's trending now too. You see it more and more on pizzas and whatnot.
And you're
as
putting
well.
a stone on there? Okay.
Yeah, and then we got, and this is actually a Pedra Luna, so Pedras means rock. So it is like a little stone just coated in dark chocolate and cocoa. So
Now I got to tell you, this looks like a terrible idea.
yeah.
I mean,
So,
you
shouldn't
think
do
of
it.
all of those things on, and that's a great thing that you're talking about. Even if it may feel like a terrible idea to put so many different ingredients together, you put them together, and usually, well, I'll hold on judgment.
yeah, you gotta give it a try and see if it works.
I don't think I've ever gone ew and
Yeah.
said I won't eat this.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Finish
missing
it with
this.
that.
Okay.
And the thing is,
oh gosh, this
when
is
you're
a big
talking
bite.
about building a story, as you chew all these things together, it almost creates like a mole effect in your mouth, and that's really what we're trying to build.
The spices, the chocolate, the meat. I mean, it is like being down in Puebla, Mexico, where mole is from. And it really is a mouth mole.
Yeah, that's the goal really, to create like new experiences with just simple, easy pairings and bites like you see here.
It's
Now,
wacky. It's wonderful.
It's
The
wacky,
sweetie
it's
drop makes
wonderful.
it. Yeah.
Wacky wonderful, that's the goal there.
Yeah.
Now, there is a little intimidation when it comes to cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was the whole goal of opening Venissimo was to take that away.
Yeah.
Because
That's
you
right.
walk in and you say, I don't know how to pronounce that
Yeah.
cheese. I don't know what it tastes like. How do we make people not be scared to ask? And that's we sample away because you just want to take away the fear factor of cheese.
Oh,
Right.
Totally.
Yeah.
And once that, it allows
Yeah.
them to grow their appreciation, and then from there, they just want to share it with all their friends.
Exactly.
And stuff. So
Yeah.
I think one of the tricks that you and I have both loved doing over the years,
Really?
everybody's got a blowtorch at home now, so I'm going to have
In
you
fact.
do... Yep, exactly.
Sorry.
So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you
Okay.
do this brulee trick that we do
right.
on our Humboldt Fog here. So I'll give you
Humboldt
some,
Fog. California's single most popular cheese, everybody knows it, made up in Arcata, which is Humboldt County. There's a line of ash in the center that's meant to signify the line of ash on the Humboldt County.
Exactly,
That
yeah.
rolls through her town every day. And they've done a great job to make it look like that.
Yeah.
Edible and beautiful, and
Yep.
just a preservative of the cheese. So.
goat cheese, some people are intimidated by it.
Yes.
They're like, oh, I don't know if I really
hate
like
it.
goat or
Tangy,
the
distinctive.
tangy,
Yeah,
exactly.
goaty.
The
Goaty.
goatiness, yeah. But what the brulee does is it eliminates all that. And it really just masks it and allows all the creamy, beautiful.
It
Yeah.
puts bumper on your bowling, right?
Exactly,
You know, it kind of makes it a
exactly.
little easier, a little safer, a little bit more
Yes.
contained.
Totally. So what we're gonna do, just grab a little bit of that brulee, just pair it out with our hot sopressata to give it that nice, fun heat. This isn't too spicy. It's just like a little bit of little chili de árbol in there.
And the heat and sweet, that's the
Heat
killer.
and sweet.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with that.
You think about hot honey, you think about,
Yes.
you know, I mean, some of my favorite flavors out there. I mean, mixing a little bit of like natural sweetness or sugar like that with the brulee, and then that spice.
Yep, exactly. And then add that little sweetness, continue that sweet journey with that caramelized pecan. And then just grabbing a fresh berry, having that acidity again in a raspberry.
Yeah, and I love that you're basically creating a creme brulee out of cheese. You know, you wouldn't really think that. And again, not this exotic ingredient anymore. To your point,
Exactly.
used to be the only chefs had flamethrowers, right?
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Yep.
that was it.
It's the truth.
And it was like, oh my God, the man with the fire back there, he's got the fire gun.
Exactly, it makes people feel a different way about goat cheese. Now, when you're building charcuterie bites of your own, with your experiences as people who take your classes and as well, you have trips too.
We do trips because we want people to go and see Point Reyes, say, go and see, you know, Italy and where the burrata comes from, the
Put a
buffaloes
face
that come
to the
from.
cheese and
Exactly, and the
experience,
story behind it, and the hard work that goes behind making cheese.
Yeah,
This is
it's
labor of
amazing.
love.
Yeah,
Cheese
totally.
is not this billion-dollar make money business. This is people love cheese to make cheese.
Yeah, it's a
And
passion
you see
project
that, and
for
it is
sure, yeah.
100%.
And
More
making
more.
gourmet cheeses too is kind of a way that farmers, who always struggle to make a living. I mean,
Yeah.
to support our farmers across the country is one of the most crucial things that we can do.
Yeah.
Is the way they premiumize all the milk that they have from a dairy farm, right? And they're able to charge more because they put time and effort and age, just like your, you know,
Yeah.
the charcuterie is the same way. Yeah.
Exactly, and I think luckily the everyday eater, like you said, the evolution of your shopper.
Yeah.
they've grown to appreciate all that.
Exactly,
it's
and
like
want that.
an
Yeah.
extra $1 or $2 is fully
Worth
worth it.
it.
It's a bargain when you're talking about the quality and the beauty that you're getting
Yeah.
in all these masterful products. So I see some beautiful bites that you've made as well. What do you have?
To complement, we said one of our favorites, we use the chorizo because we
Yep.
love the chorizo so much, with an herbed goat cheese and a bit of honey again.
That
So
honeycomb,
again,
yeah.
and this one is a honeycomb
Yeah.
from Temecula, so
Yeah,
nearby.
that's
We
great.
wanted to, make that one of your savory bite, but then you have the sweet finish of the honey, of course, with the spicy sopressata. It's
Yeah.
all the things you said there. So we did the goat with that, which
That's
shows that
great,
you could
yeah.
take any of these pieces on any of these boards and put them together, and chances are they're going to be really fun and delicious.
Now,
right?
Look,
I love it,
I'm
yeah.
tired of hearing about this. Come on
Yeah.
now.
So do you want to try
Yeah,
that
let's
bite?
have Troy
Troy,
that
okay.
one because I wanna
I'm
share
sorry.
the
Did I put
goodness.
myself
Yeah.
into the butt?
I wanna
You did.
share
You're
this
like,
goodness
did you want
right
that?
here.
Yeah.
Okay, Troy. So this is a big bite. You ready?
Oh, wow, that is a bite.
Look at this.
I mean, you've got some sage on here. Do I see sage?
Yep, a little bit of sage, and then an edible flower, of course, because why not make it beautiful again?
Oh, it's like a little
right?
topiary.
So you get to, yeah.
Oh my God.
But we thought the flower with the herbs.
No,
good
I
thing,
love it. I love it.
Complimentary.
And especially you're going to get some of that like chewiness from that honeycomb as well.
And I think it's important when decorating too, using the edible flower since you can make sure you can actually eat because my little pet peeve, I see some cheesemakers making charcuterie boards and they put it on like baby's breath or something like that
Like,
where
no,
it's
you can't eat
toxic. It'll
that.
actually hurt you.
Oh, wait a
that
minute.
crazy?
I ate the whole thing. There was only one bite.
There was one bite.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
But speaking of like going into your own garden, I think people
yeah.
might have a rosemary bush or something and should just go and forage back there, right?
Totally.
To pick something.
Yeah.
And if one of my favorite things is pulling off the little rosemary fronds on any cheese
Yeah,
and
I love
eating
it.
it with any of them, they're delicious.
And you don't need a ton of things. I mean, look,
No.
we have a lot on this plate, and this is very elaborate. Yes, absolutely. But you break the basics down to it. It's really well-aged meat, really well-aged cheese, or unaged cheese, but fresh and delicious, and local bounty. I mean, it's just a bunch of different flavors. Very simple blackberries, a little bit of sugar with heat. It's not rocket science.
It's not.
Exactly.
You don't have fig jam? I bet you have apricot or something in the fridge. Grape jelly would be delicious,
Yeah, you
right?
totally sub things
Oh
in
my gosh,
and
go
out
to
all
the
time.
fridge. I
Yeah.
always say, get the mustard, get anything you have in your fridge, and try it as the sauce on your board.
Yeah.
But start with the good basic ingredients, the cheese and charcuterie.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely.
That's always a great tip to do.
I think so.
It all starts with the
I'm
meat
biased,
and cheese.
but-
Yeah, the meat and cheese are always going to be
Yeah,
the
the
superstars,
stars,
and then
yeah.
just the accoutrements, the acid, the crunch, all
Yeah.
the sweetness. That's just elevating that meat and cheese combination. That's
For sure.
Sampling, I think, is so important too
So
because
important. Yeah.
both salami and cheese, they're not cheap.
Nope.
So getting people to understand if just by one bite, that's all you really need to
Yeah.
understand all the
Sure.
complexity and beauty of what is being created here, and that makes them comfortable about spending that extra $1.
I think so too. Yeah.
Well, I think it is. I mean, even though it is more expensive, because there's been so much time and effort, and and premiumization from the farmers, the ranchers, the cheesemakers, the charcuterie makers, everything else. I mean, you don't have to get a ton.
You want the good stuff, just the quality over quantity.
Oh.
I don't want people to buy too much. I want them to come back if they like it. I don't want it to get thrown away. So if it's just this much that you want, buy just that much. Because then it's
Absolutely.
fresh, you know what I mean? It's good, you're gonna use
I'm fully there
it.
with
It's
you.
worth every penny.
And I had such a fun time just showing, getting the tour around this beautiful place.
I'm
and
glad.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for these crazy good ideas.
Yeah, it's been a
I love
blast.
it.
We could create new experiences with simple, easy pairings. We want to take the guesswork out of charcuterie pairings and get people comfortable so they truly enjoy what they eat. Whether it's the wacky and wonderful accoutrements or the tried and true ingredients you always have on hand in your refrigerator, you saw how you can unite flavors in your own backyard and from all around the world to make beautiful flavor combinations. People like Gina help others experience the magic you can make with salami and cheese.